Let's paint some island-themed images. During spring of 2025, I came across a call for artists on Instagram. It was by the risograph printer Isle of Riso, who were looking for artists to submit work for an exhibition held in Inverness, Scotland, which was to celebrate the company's 4-year anniversary. With the printer being called Isle of Riso, the topic was of course islands. I jumped at the chance of taking part, even though I have never really prepped my work for Riso printing before, so it was a little bit nerve-wracking. However, I found that the process was really nice and easy, especially as I already love using limited colour palettes. I did have to change a few things up, but that truly wasn't a big deal. Unlike conventional printers, Riso printing uses a ready formulated colour rather than the standard CMYK colours. This means you can get some really fun and vibrant colour combinations. In this case, we had 4 colours we could work with, which were yellow, fluorescent orange, teal and black, and we could use as many or as few colours as we wanted. Another thing that differs from conventional printing is that Riso printers work from stencils or screens. Each colour is printed separately and requires a separate screen. That means I had to separate out the different colours and export them into separate print files. Therefore, when painting, it was very important to keep the colours separate, which was no big change for me as I tend to prefer painting with one colour per layer. For both of these illustrations, I stayed quite true to my initial thumbnail sketch, and that's mostly because I was quite happy with the composition, idea and so on. Had I felt there were any issues with the thumbnail, I would have done more sketching before laying down my initial lines. This first image is titled Every Man is an Island, and it's a bit of a take on No Man is an Island. Because while we may not be alone, there are often things we don't share with others, and therefore we may sometimes feel like islands after all. The second image is titled Turtle Island, and was partially inspired by Terry Pratchett's Discworld series, where the entire world is riding on the back of a giant turtle who is swimming through space. And I felt that this visual would work really well for an island as well. The question is, are the people on the island even aware of the turtle, or are they blissfully unaware that their island is actually moving? This again ties in with the previous image where people are islands, but we move around, and sometimes we are closer to others and other times we are not. This is the image I submitted to the Isle of Riso exhibition. I chose this as I felt the image would spark more curiosity, and I also preferred the colours. Oh, and there are hidden cats in the image, and I wonder if anyone discovered them. The image was accepted into the exhibition, which is just amazing. I ended up getting a few prints of my image, and I feel so honoured to have been part of the exhibition and to receive such awesome prints. Thank you so much for watching.